Struggling to talk about the future in English? Don't worry. Today, we're going to break down future tenses with simple and practical tips. You'll finally master talking about the future and speak like a pro. Ready? Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome to English Everyday Channel. I'm Sarah, and today we're going to learn how to talk about the future in English. You know, those tricky future tenses with words like will, going to, and even might. If you've ever been confused about which one to use, you're in the right place.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark, and I've got to admit, I'm a little lost when it comes to all this future tense stuff. It's not as easy as it sounds, right?
Is badams. Don't worry, Mark, you're not alone. But today, I'm going to explain everything super simply. By the end of this video, you'll feel a lot more confident about using the future tense in English. And for all of you watching at home, get ready to learn with us. Let's get started. All right, Mark, let's dive into the future tense. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Great. Let's start with the basics. One of the easiest ways to talk about the future is by using will. For example, I will go to the store tomorrow.
So, will is used when you're certain about something happening in the future?
Exactly. We use will for predictions, promises, or offers. For example, I will call you later is a promise, and it will rain tomorrow is a prediction.
Okay, that makes sense. But what if I'm just making a plan, like something I've already decided to do?
Ah, good question. In that case, we use going to. For example, I'm going to visit my grandma next weekend. This shows that it's something planned.
Okay, so going to is for plans that are already decided, and will is for things I predict or promise, right?
Exactly. Now, let's test your understanding. What will you do after this lesson?
Well, after this lesson, I think I'll relax for a bit and then maybe watch some TV.
Great! You used will correctly for something spontaneous. Now, try to say something you've already planned for next week.
Next week, I'm going to meet some friends for dinner.
Perfect! You're doing awesome! So now, let's talk about will a little more. We also use it for decisions we make at the moment of speaking.
Like when I just decide to do something right now?
Exactly. For example, I'll have the pizza, please, when you're ordering food.
So I'm deciding in the moment to have pizza. Got it.
Right. Now, let's explore going to again. You can also use it when talking about something that's about to happen soon, like, I'm going to start my homework now.
Ah, so it's not just for planned actions, but also for things that are about to happen.
Exactly. Now, what if I want to talk about the future in a less certain way? Like when I'm not 100% sure if something will happen.
I'm guessing I'd use might or may, right?
Yes, that's right. Might and may are for expressing uncertainty or possibility. For example, I might go to the party tomorrow means you're not sure yet.
So might is like may, just a little more casual.
Exactly. But don't forget, may sounds a little more formal. For example, I may travel next month.
Got it. So might is casual and may is formal. That's easy to remember.
Exactly. Now, let's look at was, were going to. We use this when we talk about plans or intentions in the past that didn't happen.
Ah, so it's like saying I intended to do something, but it didn't happen?
Exactly. For example, I was going to call you yesterday, but I forgot.
So was, were, going to is used when you had a plan, but it didn't work out?
Exactly. You're catching on quickly. Let's test that. Can you say something you were going to do but didn't?
Yesterday, I was going to go for a run, but it started raining.
Perfect. Now we've covered will, going to, and might. But here's a tip. Will is also used for promises or offers.
Like when I say, I will help you with your project, I'm making a promise.
Exactly. And if you offer something, you can say, I'll do it for you.
Ah, so will is really useful for making promises and offering help.
Definitely. Now, here's a little trick. When you speak casually, will often gets shortened to ill.
Really? Like I'll instead of I will?
Yes, it makes things sound more natural. For example, I'll see you tomorrow.
That's good to know. So, using L is like sounding more relaxed in a conversation.
Exactly. Now, let's practice. What will you do tomorrow?
I'll probably go for a walk in the park.
Perfect. Now, what are you going to do this weekend?
This weekend, I'm going to visit my parents.
Great job. You're using both will and going to correctly. You're getting the hang of it.
Thanks, Sarah. This is starting to make sense now.
Awesome. Now, let's practice with a little challenge. I'll ask you questions, and you'll answer using the future tense.
Let's do it.
What are you going to do after this video?
After the video, I'm going to have lunch with my friend.
Nice. Now, what will you do if it rains tomorrow?
If it rains, I'll stay indoors and watch a movie.
Great. Now, here's a little tip. Will is often used to make predictions, like, it will rain tomorrow.
So will is for things I think will happen, but I'm not sure.
Exactly. It's a prediction based on what you know or believe.
So if I say it will be sunny this afternoon, I'm predicting it based on what I know, right?
Yes, that's right. You're predicting based on the information you have. Now, can you predict something about the future?
I think it will get colder later in the day.
Perfect. You're doing really well. Now, let's mix things up a little. Can you use might to talk about something uncertain?
I might go to the beach this weekend if the weather is nice.
Exactly. That's how we use might for uncertainty. Great job.
This is so much easier when I break it down like this.
Glad to hear that. Let's try a few more examples. What will you do if you feel tired later?
If I feel tired, I'll take a nap.
Nice. Now, what are you going to do for your next vacation?
I'm going to travel to Italy this summer.
That sounds awesome. Now, let's talk about offering help. If you want to offer help to someone, you can say, I'll help you. Can you think of an example?
If you need help, I'll give you a hand.
Perfect. That's a great way to offer help. You're really getting the hang of it. All right, Mark. We've been talking a lot about will and going to. But now, let's throw in a little more practice. How about you predict something about the weather tomorrow?
Okay, I think it will be cloudy in the morning, but sunny in the afternoon.
Great prediction. Now, what are you going to do when you get home?
When I get home, I'm going to finish a few tasks and then relax.
Perfect. You're using the future tense so naturally. Now, what if you're not sure about something? How can you express that?
I could say, I might go for a run later.
Exactly. When you're uncertain, might works perfectly. It shows that you're unsure, but still considering it.
So if I'm not sure if I'll go or not, I say might. But if I know I'm definitely going to do something, I use will.
Exactly. You're on fire. Now, let's try a slightly trickier one. What if you want to talk about something that almost certainly won't happen?
I could say, I won't be able to make it to the party.
Yes, that's perfect. When you're sure something won't happen, you just add won't. For example, I won't go to the gym tomorrow because I'm too tired.
So, won't is just the negative form of will, right?
Yes. Now, here's a fun exercise. Can you make a prediction about something you're unsure of using might?
I might eat pizza for dinner tonight, but I'm not sure yet.
Great. You're becoming a pro at this. Now, let's take it one step further. If you're talking about a plan, but the plan is already in motion, you can use going to. For example, I'm going to meet my friend at 5 p.m.
So going to is for things that are already planned or arranged?
Exactly. And it's important to remember that going to can also be used for things that are about to happen soon, like, I'm going to leave in a few minutes.
That makes sense. So going to can also show something that's about to happen soon.
Yes. Now let's practice. What are you going to do when the weekend comes?
I'm going to visit my parents this weekend.
Great. And what will you do if your plans change unexpectedly?
If my plans change, I'll stay home and relax instead.
Exactly. And if something unexpected happens, you can use will for those spontaneous decisions. Now, what if you're talking about someone else's plans for the future?
I can say she is going to travel to Spain next year.
Perfect. You're getting so good at this. Now, let's throw in a little cultural insight. In English, we often talk about the future in terms of plans and intentions. It's very common to ask someone, "What are you going to do this summer?" Or, "Will you be working next week?"
Ah, so asking about the future is something we do all the time, especially when making plans with others.
Exactly. It's a huge part of daily conversations. And the more comfortable you get with these tenses, the more natural it will feel when you're having these types of chats.
That's reassuring to know. Now, I'm curious, what's the difference between using will and going to when you talk about intentions?
Great question. When we use going to, it's usually for something you've already decided or planned. Will can be used for things you decide at the moment. For example, I will call you later is something you decide right now, but I'm going to call you later is a plan you made earlier.
Okay, so will is more spontaneous, and going to is for plans. That clears it up.
Exactly. You're catching on so quickly. Now, let's practice some more. What will you do if you have some free time tomorrow?
If I have free time, I'll probably read a book or go for a walk.
Nice. Now, can you ask me a question using going to?
Sure. What are you going to do after the lesson?
I'm going to have some lunch and then work on another lesson for the channel.
Sounds like a busy day ahead. And what about the weekend? Any plans?
Yes, I'm going to visit some friends this weekend.
That sounds fun. So I'm understanding this more now. Going to is for plans, and will is for things I decide on the spot, like ordering food.
Exactly. You've got it. Now, let's talk about making future predictions again. For example, you might say, I think I will finish my project by tomorrow.
Right, so will can also be used for making predictions based on what you think will happen.
Exactly. It's all about what you expect or believe will happen. And you can use it to predict not just things like the weather, but events in your life too.
Like, I think I will be busy next week.
Yes, that's a perfect example. You're using will to predict something about your future based on what you know. Great job, Mark. Now, let's focus on will for making promises and offers. For example, I will help you with your homework. Can you give me an example?
Sure, I will pick you up from the airport.
Perfect. You've got it. Now, let's do a little practice. Imagine I'm struggling with my bags. How could you offer to help me?
I'll help you carry your bags.
That's a perfect offer. When you're offering help, will is the way to go. Now, let's switch gears a bit. What's the difference between will and going to when we're talking about plans?
So going to is for things I've already planned, like I'm going to visit my family, and will is for things I decide in the moment.
Exactly. That's the key difference. Going to is used for plans that are already made, while will is for spontaneous decisions. Let's test your understanding. What will you do if you get hungry later?
If I get hungry, I'll grab a snack.
Great. Now, what are you going to do this evening?
This evening, I'm going to cook dinner and watch a movie.
Perfect. Now, here's another tricky one. When we talk about future predictions based on facts, we usually use will. For example, the sun will rise tomorrow. Can you think of a prediction based on something you know?
Sure, I will finish my work by the end of the day.
Nice. You're really getting it now. Remember, predictions are about what you believe will happen based on facts or experience. Now, let's do another exercise. How would you ask me about my plans for the weekend?
What are you going to do this weekend?
Great question. I'm going to spend some time with my family. What about you?
I'm going to go hiking with some friends this weekend.
Sounds like fun. Now, if you wanted to ask about my future decisions, what could you say?
Will you be working on any new lessons this week?
Yes, I will. I've got a new lesson planned for next week. Now, can you predict the weather for tomorrow using will?
I think it will be a little chilly, but sunny.
Nice prediction. You're doing so well with this. Now, let's practice using might for something uncertain. Can you think of something you might do later today?
I might go to the gym later, but I'm not sure yet.
Perfect. Might is great when you're unsure. Now, let's combine what we've learned. What are you going to do if you have some free time this afternoon?
If I have free time, I'll probably read a book or take a nap.
Great! You're mixing will and going to really well now. You're also using might to show uncertainty. Keep practicing like this, and you'll be speaking about the future with ease.
Thanks, Sarah. This is starting to feel a lot more natural.
You're doing awesome. And just remember, the more you use these future tenses in your daily life, the easier it will become. Try to talk about your plans and predictions in English as much as you can.
Yeah, I'll definitely try that. I feel way more confident now.
That's exactly what I like to hear. So, before we finish, let's go over a quick recap of what we've learned today. First, we use will for predictions, offers, and spontaneous decisions.
Right, like, I will help you or it will rain tomorrow.
Exactly. Then we use going to for plans and intentions. Like, I'm going to visit my parents this weekend.
Yes. And going to is for things I've already decided to do.
Exactly. And we also use might or may for uncertainty. Like, I might go for a run later.
So might and may are for things I'm not sure about, but will is for things that are more definite.
That's right. And don't forget that won't is the negative form of will, like I won't be able to make it to the party.
Got it. I think I'm ready to talk about the future now.
I have no doubt. The more you practice, the easier it will be. Just remember, will for decisions, predictions, and offers, going to for plans, and might for uncertainty.
I'll keep practicing every day. Thanks so much for all the tips, Sarah.
You're welcome, Mark. You did an amazing job today. Now, for everyone watching, make sure to practice what you've learned. Try talking about your future plans with friends or family, and keep using the future tenses in real conversations.
Yeah, it's super helpful to practice every day. Thanks again for the lesson, Sarah.
Anytime, Mark. And to all of you watching, don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video helpful and subscribe for more lessons. We'll see you in the next one. Keep practicing your English every day. All right, Mark, you did an amazing job today. And I hope all of you watching feel more confident about using future tenses in English now. Remember, the key is practice, practice, practice. If you enjoyed today's lesson, don't forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on new lessons. Also, let us know in the comments what you're going to do this weekend, or what you think will happen next week. We love hearing from you, and we're here to help. And if you want to keep improving your English every day, join the English Everyday channel community. The more you practice, the faster you'll improve.
That's right. So, get practicing, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep speaking, keep learning, and keep enjoying English. Bye for now.